Let me be brutally honest with you. This was me every single morning. Alarm goes off, eyes barely open, and the very first thing I do, grab my phone. Before I even sat up, before I even breathed. Scrolling, notifications, news, emails. And I haven't even gotten out of bed yet. Does that sound familiar? You haven't even started your day and you're already behind. Within the first 10 minutes of waking up, I had already absorbed stress I didn't even ask for. Bad news, someone else's opinion, a work email that could have waited. Science calls this a reactive state. Your stress hormone, cortisol, spikes the moment you do this. And once it spikes, studies show it takes 4 full hours to come back down. You are spending half your day mentally recovering from how you woke up. Let that sink in. I used to wonder why I couldn't focus past noon, why I felt mentally foggy by 2 p.m., why I'd get to the end of the day feeling busy, but like I'd accomplished nothing that actually mattered. The answer wasn't my schedule. It wasn't my to-do list. It wasn't even my discipline. It was my morning. And that changes everything. I wasn't lazy. I wasn't broken. I just didn't have a system. And then, completely by accident, I stumbled onto something. A 10-minute morning routine that changed everything. Not a 5-step miracle cure you've heard 100 times. Not wake up at 4 a.m. and take a cold shower. Something completely different. Something that actually stuck. 10 minutes. That is all this takes. Not 11, not 20, 10. And what happened next genuinely shocked me. My focus doubled. My anxiety dropped. For the first time in years, I felt in control. In this video, I'm going to walk you through every single step, minute by minute, and more importantly, the science behind why it works. Stay until the end, because step 4 is the one most people skip, and it is the one that changes absolutely everything. Before I give you the routine, I need to reframe something, because this is where most people go completely wrong. When people hear morning routine, they think more habits, more discipline, more willpower, more effort, more pressure, more guilt. A 90-minute ritual with journaling, meditation, gym, cold plunge, and a green smoothie. That is not a morning routine. That is a second job. What I'm giving you today takes exactly 10 minutes. Not 11, not 20, 10. Because the goal is not a perfect morning. The goal is to prime your brain. This routine doesn't fight your brain. It works with your brain. And neuroscience tells us you can do that in under 600 seconds. 5 steps, 2 minutes each, stacked in exactly the right order. And when you do, something almost chemical shifts. Let's get into it. All right, step 1. Minutes 1 and 2 of your 10-minute routine. I call this the 2-minute silence. The very first thing you do when you wake up, Sinki, before your phone, before coffee, before anything at all, is nothing. Sit up, feet flat on the floor. That is the entire physical requirement. You do not need a meditation cushion. You do not need complete silence. Just breathe. In through your nose, slowly. Out through your mouth, completely. That is all that is happening right now. Your phone stays face down. Your notifications can wait. The world will still be there in 2 minutes. It always is. Now, here is why this first step is non-negotiable. And once you understand this, you will never skip it. Your brain, right after sleep, is in a state called the Theta brainwave state. In Theta state, your brain is at its most impressionable, highly suggestible, highly absorbent. Like a sponge that has just been wrung out and is completely open. Whatever goes in deep. So what happens when you grab your phone in that state? You pour other people's stress, opinions, and urgency directly into the most absorbent version of your brain before you have had a single thought of your own. But silence gives your prefrontal cortex, your brain's decision-making center, The 90 seconds it needs to fully come online. Silence is not doing nothing. Silence is doing the most important thing. 2 minutes of silence is you telling your nervous system, I am in control today. Not the news, not your inbox, not someone else's emergency. You are in control. Step 1, done. Step 2, minutes 3 and 4. I call this the intention setter. Most people start their day reacting to their alarm, reacting to their messages, reacting to whatever life throws at them first. They never decided what they wanted the day to be. The intention setter fixes this with one single sentence, written by hand every single morning. One sentence, that is it. Here is the exact template I use every morning. Today I choose to feel blank, and I will show that by blank. That is the whole thing. For example, today I choose to feel calm, and I will show that by speaking slowly and taking one thing at a time. Simple, specific, yours. Now, why handwriting specifically? Because neuroscience shows that writing by hand activates your reticular activating system, your brain's filter for what is important. Once you write your intention, your RAS starts scanning your entire day for evidence that it is true. You wrote calm, your brain starts finding calm moments everywhere. This is not toxic positivity. This is not pretending everything is perfect. This is training your attention to notice what already exists. That is a completely different thing. This entire step takes 2 minutes. One sentence, written slowly, read back to yourself once. And just like that, your brain has a direction for the day. Not chaos, direction. Step 2, done. 4 minutes in, 6 minutes left. And step 3, this is the one that most people have never even heard of. It changed the way my brain handles stress permanently. Step 3, minutes 5 and 6. I call this the body reset. Here is something most people completely ignore. Your brain does not just live in your head. Your brain and your body are in constant conversation. And your body has been lying still for 7 or 8 hours. After a night of sleep, your body is stiff, compressed, and sluggish. Your lymphatic system has slowed. Your circulation is at its lowest. And your brain is receiving a signal that says, stay still. The body reset is not a workout. It is 5 simple movements, done slowly, done gently, done with full attention. To send your brain one message, we are awake now. First, 3 slow neck rolls. Ear to shoulder, chin to chest, other shoulder. Slow, easy, no forcing. Second, 5 slow shoulder circles. Forward, up, back, down. Feel the tension releasing as you go. Third, reach both arms overhead. Stretch all the way up. Hold for 3 seconds. Feel your spine lengthening. This single movement wakes up your entire nervous system. Fourth, a gentle side bend to each side. Left arm up, lean right, right arm up, lean left. Hold 3 seconds each side. Fifth, and finally, a gentle standing spinal twist. Feet planted, arms out, rotate left, rotate right. This activates your vagus nerve and shifts your nervous system into calm. 5 movements, 2 minutes. Your body is now awake. Your brain has received the signal. Step 3, done. Step 4 coming up in a high carg, and this one is pure neuroscience gold. Step 4, minutes 7 and 8, the mind priming audio. This is 2 minutes of intentional audio, not music, not a podcast, not the news. A specific type of content designed to prime your mindset. Specifically, one of 3 things. A short motivational speech, a mindset affirmation track, or a 2-minute visualization audio. Any one of these changes your neurochemistry within 90 seconds. Here is the science. Intentional audio in the theta state, which you preserved with step 1, triggers dopamine and serotonin release before a single stressful thing has happened. Think about what that means. You are consciously choosing your neurochemistry before the world gets a vote. That is not a small thing. You can find 2-minute mindset clips on YouTube. Search 2-minute morning motivation or morning affirmation short. Save 3 or 4 favorites and rotate them daily. Here is what makes this step extraordinary. 2 minutes of positive intentional input every single morning. Compounds over time. In 30 days, that is 1 full hour of mindset programming. This is the power of consistency over intensity. You do not need a 45-minute meditation retreat. 2 minutes every single day will change your brain. Science says so. Your future self will say thank you. So here's exactly what you do. After your body reset, sit back down. Put your earbuds in, press play, eyes closed. 2 minutes, that is your only job. Step 4, done. 8 minutes in, 2 minutes left. And the final step, step 5, is the one that ties everything together and takes exactly 2 minutes. Step 5, the final 2 minutes. I call this the declaration. A declaration is not an affirmation. Affirmations say, I am confident. Declarations say, I act with confidence even when I don't feel it. The difference is enormous. You speak your declarations out loud. Not in your head, not as a whisper. Out loud, like you mean it. Because the vibration of your own voice, it activates a different part of your brain. You need only 3 declarations, spoken once, with full attention and full voice. Here are 3 examples to start with. Here is why this works. When you hear your own voice speak something, your brain registers it as real, more powerfully than reading or thinking. It is called the production effect. For maximum effect, say them to a mirror. Looking yourself in the eyes while you speak creates a psychological feedback loop. That rewires your self-image at a deeper level. Over time, you will write your own declarations, specific to your life, your goals, your challenges. The more specific they are to you, the more powerful they become. Because here is the real secret. You are not just saying words. You are rehearsing your identity, every single morning. And who you rehearse is who you become. 2 minutes every morning. 3 declarations spoken out loud. That is the most powerful 2 minutes of your entire day. Step 5, done. 10 minutes, 5 steps, all complete. You have just done more for your brain before most people wake up than most people do in an entire day. Let me give you the complete routine one more time, clean and simple. Save this part, screenshot this, write it down. This is your 10-minute morning. Step 1, minutes 1 and 2. The 2-minute silence. Sit up, feet on the floor, eyes closed, breathe. Step 2, minutes 3 and 4. The intention setter. 1 sentence, handwritten, read back once. Step 3, minutes 5 and 6. The body reset. 5 movements, slow, gentle, 2 minutes. Step 4, minutes 7 and 8. The mind priming audio. Earbuds in, eyes closed, 2 minutes of intentional input. Step 5, minutes 9 and 10. The declaration. 3 statements spoken out loud with full voice. There it is. 5 steps, 10 minutes. A complete morning system built by neuroscience, designed for real life. I want to challenge you. Try this for 7 days. Not 30, not 90, just 7. And notice what changes. Now, I want to briefly explain why these 5 steps work as a system. Not just individually, but together. Each step builds on the one before it. Silence preserves your theta state. Intention activates your RAS filter. Movement floods your brain with blood flow and oxygen. Audio seeds your dopamine system. Declaration locks your identity for the day. And here is the beautiful thing. Each morning you complete this routine, the neurological pathways get stronger. By day 30, this takes 8 minutes, not 10. The identity you declare stops feeling like effort and starts feeling like who you are. That is when the real transformation begins. 10 minutes, 5 steps every morning. Silence, intention, movement, audio, declaration. That is your morning. That is your brain. That is your day. But what actually happens after you do this consistently? What does it feel like in real life? Let me show you. In the first week, most people notice one thing. They are less reactive. Small irritations that used to hijack their morning simply don't anymore. By week 2, people report clearer thinking, better decisions made earlier in the day, and a quieter internal voice that used to be very loud. Week 3, something deeper shifts. You start showing up differently in conversations, in how you handle pressure, in how you treat yourself. By week 4, the routine is no longer an effort. It is simply what you do. You are not trying to build a habit anymore. You have become a person who has this habit. And this is where people always ask me, what if I miss a day? Great question. You miss a day, you start again tomorrow. That is it. That is the whole answer. You are not building a streak, you are building a self. Selves recover, streaks break. Give yourself permission to be human. The goal is not perfection. The goal is return. Always return. Before I close this video, I want to leave you with something that I think about every single morning. When I sit in those first 2 minutes of silence, every morning you wake up with a choice that most people don't even realize they are making. The choice of who runs your day. Most people, by default, let the world decide. The news decides their mood. Their inbox decides their priorities. Their notifications decide their attention. But you, after this video, are different. Because now you know what to do in those first 10 minutes. And knowing is only the beginning. The gap between knowing and doing is where most people live their entire lives. Do not live there. Tomorrow morning, when your alarm goes off, you will have a moment, a small, quiet moment, where you choose. Choose the routine. Because here is the truth about mornings. How you start tends to be how you continue. And how you continue eventually becomes who you are. 10 minutes, every morning, compounded. I genuinely hope you try this. Not because I said so, but because you, right now, reading this description, watching this video, are someone who wants more for themselves. And that is exactly who this works for. 10 minutes, starting tomorrow. Your brain is ready. Are you? Every morning, you wake up with a choice that most people don't even realize they are making. The choice of who runs your day. Most people, by default, let the world decide. The news decides their mood. Their inbox decides their priorities. Their notifications decide their attention. But you, after this video, are different. Because now you know what to do in those first 10 minutes. And knowing is only the beginning. The gap between knowing and doing is where most people live their entire lives. Do not live there. Tomorrow morning, when your alarm goes off, you will have a moment, a small quiet moment where you choose. Choose the routine. Because here's the truth about mornings. How you start tends to be how you continue. And how you continue eventually becomes who you are. 10 minutes every morning, compounded. I genuinely hope you try this. Not because I said so, but because you, right now, reading this description, watching this video, are someone who wants more for themselves. And that is exactly who this works for. 10 minutes. Starting tomorrow. Your brain is ready. Are you? If this gave you value, please subscribe. I release one of these every week. Science-backed, no fluff, always under 20 minutes. Every video on this channel is built around one idea. Small, specific, science-backed changes that compound into a completely different life. I want to hear from you. Which of the 5 steps are you going to try first? Drop it in the comments below. Or tell me this. What is the one thing that always derails your morning? your answer might become the next video on this channel. And if you found this useful, hit the like button. It takes 1 second and it helps this video reach the people who need it. Thank you for watching. Genuinely, thank you. Go get your morning.